Hi, I'm Jeremy Cliffe. I'm The Economist's Charlemagne columnist and Brussels bureau chief. And I've been here in Oxford reflecting on The Economist the year after its 175th birthday. It's a story really of both continuity and change. The Economist, in many ways, owes very much to its roots as a voice of liberalism in Victorian England. We stand up for open markets and open societies, for liberalism in all of its forms, and try to produce mind-stretching analysis that takes in events not just in the UK or the US, but from all over the world and in various thematic areas. That history shapes the publication today. We don't have bylines, for example. The weekly newspaper is divided into several regional and thematic sections to make sure that every week we cover not just what's in the headlines or getting the biggest press, but also go under the cover of events, go behind the headlines and really explain what's going on over the long term. And that's been true throughout our history, but of course things are changing, and we celebrated our 175th birthday last year at a time when the liberalism that The Economist has stood up for over the decades is under assault in a pretty unprecedented way from the forces of populism, illiberalism, authoritarianism in various shapes around the world. And also when digital technology is transforming the media landscape. And so our traditional weekly print newspaper is having to find its way into different formats and different platforms. Now, I think that those are challenges, as I've been setting out here in Oxford, that The Economist is stepping up to as people like Donald Trump and Brexit, the likes of Bolsonaro in Brazil and an authoritarian China put in doubt some of the liberal achievements of the last decades. The Economist has really plunged into the debate about how to renew liberalism, how to tackle its weaknesses, how to promote it, and how to make sure that it remains strong throughout the 21st century. We did that last year as part of our birthday celebrations, for example, with an Open Future initiative that cut right across different platforms: print, online, social media, podcasts, and live events in various cities around the world, which was really a great success. We had a huge amount of interest. A lot of people who overwhelmingly hadn't actually come across The Economist before got involved in that by either reading something, going to an event, listening to a podcast, and so it really took our message to a new audience. And that's a mission that The Economist is continuing with over the coming months and years. On the digital transformation front, The Economist is naturally still producing a very analytical weekly publication in keeping with our traditions, but we're also taking that analysis onto different platforms. So we are expanding our podcast output, for example. We're helping new readers reach The Economist through social media, where we have a very large audience, experimenting recently with Snapchat, for example, and making sure that the time-honored traditions of The Economist, strong analysis, internationalism, advocacy for liberal values, are still relevant, still accessible, and still appealing in the 21st century and in our the final quarter of our second century.